Just answer my question.
Yeah.
Did you ever reverse the $220?
I never reversed $220.
I have proof that she reversed the $230.
Or $230?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
May I see it?
There
Did you
go.
reverse $230?
Yes.
Then you owe him $220. Why did you reverse?
It looks that way, and I'm just ready for whenever you're ready for me.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You're going
Okay.
to have to show me.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're going
May
to
I
have
bring
to
this
show
to the
me that
attention
he
of the
got
course?
paid.
May I show this to the court right now?
Just a second.
Okay.
Did you pay him
Yes.
$220?
No.
Then you owe him $220.
I got the $230 back on my credit card October 7th.
So did you return it to him?
No, because he...
Then you owe him $220.
He served me to be in court.
Okay. Well, you owe him $220.
As it stands right now in this part of the story, yes, indeed.
That's the only story I'm interested in. I'm
Okay,
not
that's
interested in
fine.
your nonsense of his
Okay.
gross negligence. I'm not interested.
Oh.
I'm not interested in anything else.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Closed captioning is provided by. And Doug.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
They customize car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this.
This Junior.
Well, at least he spelled insurance right, right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You're feeding my grand dog Blue, right?
Purina One.
The Blue's got deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley.
Purina One has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Let's switch to Blue.
Allergies keeping you up? Take Zyzol at night. It lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, relieving allergies the entire night. So you wake refreshed for a productive next day. Be Wisol. Take Zyzol at night.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. COPD is hard, but Nucala can mean fewer flare-ups. Nucala is a once-monthly add-on injection for uncontrolled COPD with a specific marker of inflammation. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop other medicines, including steroids, unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause back pain, diarrhea, and cough. Ask about Nucala.
See? These dishes are still dirty.
I got you. You need a detergent that cleans your dishes and your filter.
Filter?
Yep, this is the heart of your dishwasher. If it's all gunked up, your dishes won't get fully clean. Exactly. My go-to is Cascade Platinum Plus. Only these action packs have double the Dawn power, breaking down dried-on food and grease residue for a safe and effective clean, even on your filters.
Wow, what a difference.
Now we know. Yep, that's what I do. Cascade, Roto-Rooter recommended, safe for pipe.
You don't just want to run. You run to win. When it's your personal injury case on the line, bet on the team that knows how to finish strong.
Tolmer Beetle, no fee unless you win.
Seems like everything's going up these days, but not at Sofa City. Right now, get a triple power genuine leather reclining sofa made right here in the USA for just $17.88. Buy it today, enjoy it tonight, only at Sofa City.
It's a celebration 100 years in the making. The National Route 66 Centennial Kickoff Celebration presented by Vital Farms. Featuring new landmarks, exhibits, car shows, a kickoff concert, and more. Visit Route66Kickoff.com for complete details. It's your home. Make it perfect. Find out how at OzarksFirst.com's Ozarks Home Experts. If you have moisture in your basement or crawl space, or if your foundation needs fixing, you need a Smouse under your house. Get your issues fixed with the Smouse Brothers, a Color 10 Fox 49 Ozarks Home Experts partner.
All across the Ozarks, there are people making sacrifices to help our community. We're honoring these amazing people with a free breakfast, Thursdays on Ozarks First. Serving the Ozarks. Watch the Daily Scroll with Bailey Stroll on Ozarks First Plus.
You couldn't pay me to go out in this kind of weather. And then I thought to myself, well, if you told me to go report, I guess you could pay me.
You could pay
to go out there.
Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device. Bailey Stroll on Ozarks First. First in news. First for you.
Have you been cheated? Go to JudgeJudy.com.
like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Okay, she got her money back, but she didn't get it back until October. This happened in June.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a long time. June, July, August, September, October, which is when she was notified that she finally got her money back from American Express. You're owed your money.
Yes.
That's
also,
all.
Your Honor, she's pretty much drugged my salon's name through she's put out bad reviews.
She's allowed to do that. Just a second.
But
She's
it's not
allowed to
true,
do-
Your Honor.
But I don't know if it's true or not. She's allowed to do that. If you advertise on the internet and you're involved with social media, somebody can put in a review. It's part of the risk that you take of being on the internet.
Okay.
Part of the risk. $220. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
There's nothing honest about this person.
I love Judge Judy's decision. She hit the nail right on the head.
He's been doing all kinds of shady stuff.
This lady is very deceitful. She's a liar.
You have not been doing the right thing with your business.
And I'm going to warn any hairdresser out there, be warned of people like this.
I hope he learns a lesson and stop lying.
Have your guards up when you're starting your small businesses. Know who your clients are.
Save big money at Menards. Create a decorative border for your garden or walkway with no-dig fence panels. Just lay them out and stake them in. This butterfly fence panel is a value of $9.99 each after rebate. Revolutionize your lawn care routine with Menards Premium 4-in-1 Lawn Fertilizer. This one-step solution prevents crabgrass and kills and prevents weeds while keeping your lawn green for up to 4 months. A bag is a value of $17.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, Roger here from Race Brothers. We're a big store with a lot of stuff, so check out our complete line of Cub Cadet mowers. Step up to the ultimate all-around mowing experience with the Cub Cadet Ultima series. These mowers are built for strength and comfort. This is not your typical zero-turn mower. This Cub Cadet Ultimate series is awesome. Priced to sell at Race Brothers. Don't forget our great parts and service department. We service what we sell at Race Brothers in Springfield, Carthage, and Monette. You'll like the way we do business. Tell a friend.
Cancer isn't just a word. It's a battle my mom and sister had to fight with everything they had.
I know that battle too. I lost my wife to cancer. With so many people and families fighting cancer, we wanted to partner with Nick Bolton and share our stories.
We're fighting for awareness, for support, and also for hope.
Because no one should face this alone.
Join us in the fight.
Visit autoinjury.com to learn more and join the fight against cancer.
Matt Hefner on Ozarks First. First in weather, first for you. You're watching Ozarks First. This is Ozarks First News at 5.
Right now at 5, it was a stormy afternoon for folks in the southeast part of our viewing area. A live look here over Lake Norfolk down in Baxter County, Arkansas. Right now it's looking just fine though. We will be ending our work week though with chances for additional strong to severe storms. We begin tonight at 5 with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you a sample of some of the hail, and these were isolated severe storms, but there were a couple of monsters out there that produced some monster hail. This is a hailstone that fell out of a storm over Iberia up in Miller County earlier this afternoon. Tennis ball sized hail, and it looks like we had hail probably about that large with a storm that moved out of southeastern Howell County and across southern sections of Oregon County. On radar right now, pretty quiet across the area. Up in northern Miller County, we do have a severe warned storm. Looks like this one is producing more hail. That's been the hallmark of the storms this afternoon, where they've been. Hail up to maybe golf ball size there. East of Olean, that will continue to track off to the east. Otherwise, again, not really seeing a whole lot. This is where the reports have come from, to the northeast and also to the southeast this afternoon. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in place for south central Missouri and much of northern Arkansas, but you can see across much of the watch area there isn't a lot going on, and I don't think there will be as we head into the evening hours. Temperatures are mild, 74 right now. Looking at our evening forecast, most areas dry, going into the evening hours. And then once we get to late evening and beyond, it should be dry across the region. Temperatures falling to about 63 for a morning low. Again, another round of storms heading our way tomorrow night. Jesse?
All right, Jamie, thanks. Ended up being an active day in Clinton yesterday. Folks there are cleaning up today after multiple tornadoes went through town Wednesday night. We've got video to show you here from Jason Kincaid, capturing the dark clouds and that tightening circulation just a few miles away from where he was. No injuries have been reported as a result of the storm, thankfully, but the NWS has confirmed that 2 tornadoes happened in Clinton, one of them on the south side of town. That one rated as an EF1 with winds approaching 100 miles per hour. The second happened on the north end of town. That's the one you just saw the video of. That one rated an EF0. Winds measured around 70 miles per hour. The Clinton School District did cancel classes for today. That storm damaged at least 2 of their buildings there. At Clinton Intermediate School, 12 air conditioner units were damaged. Officials say they'll need to replace about 5 of them. 2 HVAC units also damaged at Henry Elementary School.
I feel blessed that it wasn't more, because potentially it could have been worse. It kind of renews my faith in humanity. We've had all of our local school districts reach out to us. Local business partners, they offered fans. They need to know if they had assistance with cleaning up and things of that nature. They were very helpful. We didn't, because once again it was just a small tornado. It's nice to know people are out there, though.
Clinton school officials say classes will be back in session tomorrow.
I do, at the end of the day, feel like I helped. And as one person, there's only so much you can do. But each day, I feel like I at least did something.
911 operators here in the Ozarks and across the country are being celebrated this week. It's called National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. And tonight, Ozarks' first Parker Paget is live outside the Greene County Public Safety Center. Parker.
This is not an easy job or career for the people that work at Springfield Greene County 911. It can be taxing and it can also be rewarding. I spoke to those answering the phones about what happens after they take your call.
It can be challenging.
Amy Engel has been a 911 operator for almost 3 years.
It also can be incredibly rewarding.
She's one of many celebrating National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Workers say the recognition validates the hard work that they put in, answering thousands of calls a week.
There very much was a kind of old school, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, kind of suck it up buttercup mentality.
Andrew Bick says the work environment has improved over time.
We do a lot trying to keep people in a good headspace.
In 2023, operators were officially recognized as first responders, opening several new doors, including better mental health programs.
Just knowing someone else who's had similar experiences that can talk through it with you has been vital.
And as workers continue to literally answer the call for help, they know the job can be tough, but worth it to help others.
It feels kind of rewarding to get that recognition.
Even though the goal is to have somebody dispatched in under 20 seconds, Bick tells me that 911 operators are consistently working with police, fire, EMS to reduce those response times. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Paget, Ozarks First.
Many times the voice of calm during chaos, Parker. Thanks. In Purdy, Missouri, the consumption of energy drinks have been banned on the town's school campus there. School officials say they've noticed students consuming an excessive amount of energy drinks throughout the day. According to the district superintendent, the decision to ultimately ban those energy drinks was made in order to create a safe and healthy environment.
Our student body has been very respectful of it, very understanding of it, as well as our community, and I've appreciated that support. It's an opportunity for us as educators to teach our community, teach our families the potential negatives that energy drinks can have on their kids.
More details about the ban, including what school officials will do if students are caught with energy drinks, all of that right now on OzarksFirst.com. Coming up, a breakthrough announcement made regarding tensions between Israel and Lebanon. We'll have the latest, including the U.S.'s involvement after the break.
This is Ozarks First News at 5 with Jesse Inman and Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warrener. Mike Landis on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Most Americans aren't yelling. Like you, they're hard at work, raising families, respecting their neighbors, asking honest questions. This is your prime time. News Nation, a different kind of prime. Diverse voices, fresh perspectives, with respect for all of us. This is America's new prime time. Only on News Nation. News for all Americans.
Has your boss crossed the line? Harassed at work? I will tame the predators for you.
Major League Fishing is coming to Springfield, Missouri. Get ready for Red Crest, the ultimate bass fishing championship and outdoor sports expo, April 17th through 19th at the granddaddy of all Bass Pro Shops. Experience the free Red Crest Expo as the world's best anglers compete on Tampa Rock Lake. Explore the hottest gear, exclusive deals, and biggest brands in fishing, boating, hunting, and camping. Meet the world's top pro anglers, score giveaways, and bring the family. 200 kids at the Expo postgame show, April 18th and 19th. Get a free Shakespeare rod and reel. Don't miss it. Learn more at redcrestexpo.com.
John Wayne Heating and Air wants to save you thousands. Take advantage of up to 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system. Call John Wayne Heating and Air and save big now for up to 60 months no interest or $1,500 off a new system.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Now get 4.9% APR for 72 months on all 2026 Chevy Silverado HD models. See your Chevy dealers of the Ozarks.
70% of folks over 65 will spend time in a nursing home. You need advice you can trust right here at home. Call Art at Cambridge Financial, 417-869-1300, and plan for a secure tomorrow. Cambridge Financial, your future secured.
Has your boss crossed the line? Harassed at work? I will tame the predators for you.
A live look over the U.S. Capitol building. The Department of Homeland Security partially closed as Congress remains in a disagreement for funding for the agency. Homeland Security officials are now having to defend their current strategies and budget requests through hearings with lawmakers. But most of the problems stem around the agency's nationwide immigration efforts.
Our officers and agents are being villainized for simply upholding and enforcing law.
Throughout FY26, TSA has been forced to be in damage control mode, doing everything we can to maintain our resilience and hold the agency together.
Several functions of DHS continuing to feel the strain as employees are working without a plan for funding. Homeland Security officials warn the longer this shutdown lasts, the strain will become worse on national security, travel, and immigration enforcement.
Bottom line, Mr. Chairman, we need immediate funding for DHS and the Coast Guard now, followed by the full funding of our 27 budget.
The Iran conflict has been ongoing for nearly 7 weeks, and earlier today, Israel and Lebanon agreed to a 10-day ceasefire deal. It officially got underway just over an hour ago. President Trump has now invited the leaders of both nations to the White House for additional peace talks in the coming days. Meanwhile, time is ticking on a ceasefire agreement between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump continuing to maintain a promise that potential peace agreement is close.
It's going to be a deal with no nuclear weapons. If there's no deal, fighting resume.
The White House says another round of peace talks could happen as soon as this weekend. We will keep an eye on all of that for you. Well, a blockade operation, it continues at the Strait of Hormuz. In tonight's News Nation Political Minute, we're diving deep into how traffic flow is doing just days after the blockade started.
Gauging global oil traffic. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. The conflict with Iran is putting a strain on the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping artery responsible for roughly 20% of the world's oil. In an effort to pressure Iran into loosening its grip on the narrow waterway, President Trump ordered a military blockade on all ships entering or exiting Iranian ports. On Thursday, General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said 13 ships have been forced to turn around due to the blockade. Traffic through the strait before the conflict averaged anywhere from 120 to 140 vessels per day. Since then, traffic has plummeted to a fraction of that. On Wednesday, just 9 vessels making it through. The pressure has increased gas prices, although they have come down some in recent days. As of Thursday, the average price just north of $4 a gallon. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Well, tonight, calm for the most part in the Ozarks, but things get active this time tomorrow, late into the night, on Friday night, in fact. Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner breaks it down next.
Sunday, April 19th, relive the great music of the 60s and 70s with the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, live in the pavilion at Downstream Casino Resort. Tickets on sale at downstreamcasino.com and at the Hackathon gift shop. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils, April 19th, live in the pavilion at Downstream Casino Resort.
Improve the value and look of your home, plus save on utility bills with new Energy Wall. Premium windows and doors from Polaris, and get 50% off installation. Offered exclusively by Modern Exteriors. The breakthrough design outranks the competition with 20 standard features like insulated window frames and sashes. Call Modern Exteriors today for a free, no-hassle, no-pressure estimate.
Modern Exteriors, where quality and price become friends.
My daughter loves it when I take her fly fishing, but if I can't see well enough to tie on the fly, we'll both miss out.
At Missouri Eye Institute, we've been helping patients enjoy their quality time with our cataract services. Our team is with you throughout the entire journey, and our personal approach means no long wait for exams and surgery.
Thanks to Missouri Eye Institute, my family and I are enjoying plenty of fishing.
Missouri Eye Institute, come join us on your journey to a better life.
Want to feel like a kid on a bicycle again? Head to Totally Rad E-Bikes in Ozark, the Ozark's first e-bike store. We're the e-bike experts. Every bike is fully assembled and ready to ride, and we service all brands of e-bikes. From a fun ride with family to a new way to stay fit, Totally Rad E-Bikes will hook you up with the perfect e-bike. Visit our full-service shop in Ozark or online at totallyradebikes.com.
Cardinals.tv delivers everything Cardinals baseball. Every pitch, every night. Because here in the Loop, this is Leave It All Out There baseball. Catch it all season long.
Well, every day this week we've had severe weather lurking around the area, and we had another batch of it develop actually late this morning, and that's continued into this afternoon. On radar, you can see where the emphasis for this stormy weather is off to the northeast and east. And I think that's where it's going to remain heading into the early evening hours. One severe storm close to our area. This is in northern Miller County. So you can see Tuscumbia right here, Eugene. There is hail with this storm. In fact, they upped the hail sizes to potentially ping pong ball size. And that's what radar is suggesting also. That storm will slowly make its way through the Eugene area and off to the east. Further south, you can see we've got additional storms moving across southeast Missouri. There really has not been much over northern Arkansas, and that may have to do with the fact that there's been a lot of low-level cloudiness that's persisted throughout the day today, and that's maybe tamped down storm chances there. The trigger for these storms is actually starting to bypass the area. It's now pushing across southeast Missouri and will push toward the Ohio and Tennessee valleys as we head into the evening and overnight hours. So our storm chances should be subsiding pretty quickly as we head into the evening. Now, looking northwest, we can find tomorrow's severe weather producer, a cold front that is currently making its way now into South Dakota, and it will race southeast tonight and into the day tomorrow. And severe weather chances look like this. Tomorrow we're looking at an enhanced risk, a 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather stretching from Oklahoma through eastern Kansas and northwest Missouri. Now notice how that severe weather threat drops off very quickly once you get to and south of I-44. And I think that's exactly how this is going to go. I think severe storms are likely to our west and northwest, where we have this enhanced risk. All severe modes are possible. But once the storms get to at least close to I-44, I think we're going to see a transition over to mainly a wind threat, with the possibility of these brief spin-ups that you sometimes have with these squall line events. And I think once you see those storms move south of I-44, the risk of any severe weather will drop off sharply as we head through the late evening and then overnight time frame. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast for this evening, again, really not expecting too much more in our area. Can't rule out an isolated shower, but most areas are going to stay dry. And throughout the day on Friday, we're looking at quiet weather, partly to mostly cloudy skies, a little on the windy side. It'll be warm. And then by 5 o'clock, we've got at least the first cluster of thunderstorms moving out of southeast Kansas, impacting areas along I-49. That wave continues to push off to the northeast, and then you see the line come in. And this is midnight. This is about when the storms are going to be located over I-44. And look at how raggedy these storms look at this point, and watch how that line really falls apart as it pushes further southeast. These storms are going to run into a lot of resistance, I think, once they get south of I-44. The heaviest rainfall may fall with these storms north of I-44, very close to where we had a very heavy stripe of rain yesterday evening from Jasper up toward Bolivar. Maybe tomorrow's heavy rains just a little bit further north, but the result could be the same, the risk of flash flooding. Down to about 63 for a low tonight, looking at a high of 81 tomorrow. Cooler weekend, in fact, upper 50s on Saturday. Morning lows around 36 on Sunday. Patchy frost a possibility, and then 68 for the afternoon high. And check out next week's forecast. I'm happy to say it looks a lot quieter. 74 on Monday with sunshine, 70s throughout next week. Look for shower and thunderstorm chances start creeping back in by the end of next week. Jesse?
All right. Jamie, thanks. Wednesday's severe storms also left quite the mark on a small town in Kansas, in Osawatomie. Check out this video from William Bradshaw, caught in a hailstorm while inside his vehicle, capturing plenty of giant hailstones covering the ground. You see him there. This was Wednesday night before sunset. That hailstorm also caused significant damage to the top of a greenhouse at the Osawatomie High School. The plant's surviving, but school officials, or city officials rather, declaring a state of emergency there as a result of Wednesday's storms. Our weather app, those alerts straight to your phone from the most accurate team in the Ozarks. You've got live radar and a look at the extended forecast in the palm of your hand. Coming up, classic car fans are in for a fun time in Springfield. We'll tell you how many classic Corvettes you'll be able to see under one roof this weekend.
Wednesday, the biggest governor's debate live. What happens in California impacts the entire country, the economy, policy, the future. News Nation's Leland Vittert and Chris Steyerwalt live from San Francisco. Wednesday starting at 9/8 Central only on News Nation.
To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com.
Jamie Warner on Ozarks First. First in weather. First for you.
Save $30 on select AS battery tools. Shop in-store or online.
Looking for your next ride? There's a Honda for that. During our Honda Spring Event, drive the fuel-saving new Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport for just $357 a month with an insane 43 miles per gallon. Get the new Honda Civic LX for only $298 a month and just $699 due at signing. Or step into the new Honda HR-V LX for only $277 a month. And right now, it's the Honda True Certified Dream Deal Sales Event. Score 0.99% APR on select used models. Get to Pinnaker Honda today and view our inventory at PinnakerHonda.com.
It's a celebration 100 years in the making. The National Route 66 Centennial Kickoff Celebration presented by Vital Farms. Come see landmark dedications like the Birthplace Plaza, the lighting of the footbridge, and Queensgate 66. A kickoff concert featuring some of the hottest acts in country music, parade and car show. Explore the Route 66 traveling exhibit and dress up for the Telegraph Ball. Event tickets are on sale now. Visit Route66Kickoff.com for complete details. The National Route 66 Centennial Kickoff Celebration.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Get a free inspection from a certified expert at Foundation Recovery Systems, a Groundworks company.
My dad always says, if you've been hurt, it costs you nothing to see if we can help.
And it's true. Talking to us is always free. You won't pay a thing unless you win.
That's how he's done it for over 30 years, helping Missourians get back on their feet.
And now we do it together. 2 generations, 1 mission.
Because peace of mind shouldn't come with a price tag. If you've been hurt, call the Sachs family.
It costs nothing to see if we can help. And we'll walk you through every step. Aaron Sachs and Associates.
If you're a fan of classic cars, you're in luck. Plenty of Corvettes will be pulling into Springfield this weekend. The St. Louis and Kansas City chapters of the National Corvette Restorers Society will be hosting a large gathering. Over 80 classic Corvettes will be on display at the Springfield Expo Center. Event organizers say some of those cars are over 70 years old and have either been preserved or fully restored in recent years. A panel of judges will go over each car's authenticity and condition as owners prepare to showcase their cars at a national competition.
We're just really excited about being here in Springfield because it's the Missouri region where these cars came from, and we're bringing them back home to Missouri. So this is a show me state. We want to show you our Corvettes.
That's Friday and Saturday from 9 to 4 at the Expo Center. A live look at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. NASCAR returns to the nation's heartland this weekend. You can watch the NASCAR Cup Series on Fox 49. Coverage starts at noon. On Saturday night, the spotlight will shine on the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in Kansas City. Carson Kvapil will be one of the drivers in that race, making his second NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series start at Kansas after a rough race there last fall.
Last year, I kind of didn't get a great read. I didn't feel like we were that good, and obviously my first time there in an O'Reilly car was hard, and that had its challenges, but I felt like we weren't really too great as a whole, as a team, and we were kind of behind, so it's hard to really get a read. This is kind of one of the weekends where I'm using some of that stuff, but at the same time, I'm kind of putting an asterisk on it, as in I don't really know how much of it's going to really translate over for what difference in the car I have.
Saturday night's race will be on the CW at 5:30. Tickets still available if you want to make your way up there to the Kansas Speedway. A new episode of our sports show, Put Me In Coach, is available right now on the Ozarks First Plus app. It's half sports talk, half sports challenge. And this week's challenge, Chris Pinson and I hit the golf course for a speed golf challenge. Speed is the name of the game. You just got to get the ball in the hole faster in less time than your opponent. Where's the ball? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Degree. Probably not enough club. Time. Let's see if he can beat that. And he's off. Lots of fun on Ozarks First Plus. It can be downloaded on your smart TV. Your Apple TV device will get it. So will your Amazon Fire Stick or your Roku device. This is only for your TV, folks, not for your cell phone. Join us, though. This Thursday, that means tonight at 6. It is Thursday. That means it's 6 tonight. You're going to see our Serving the Ozarks report. We'll introduce you to a local group who has made it a mission to keep kids safe. We're back to wrap it up right after this.
Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. Is a car that stops short of amazing.
Get special offers on select Lexus TX models.
2 new ways to shop in Springfield. It's the grand opening of Slumberland Mattress Plus and our newly remodeled Slumberland furniture. Come meet our sleep experts. Enter to win weekly mattress giveaways, over $40,000 in prizes, and of course our 365-night sleep guarantee. Plus our low price guarantee on brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, La-Z-Boy, and more. Shop the grand opening of Mattress Plus and the newly remodeled Slumberland Furniture in Springfield. You won't want to miss this.
Welcome to Quarles Supply in Bolivar and Kubota of Lebanon, where we make it simple to buy a new Kubota. Like the Kubota L2502, the #1 selling tractor in America, known for its affordability and durability. From Kubota skid steer loaders to mowers to utility vehicles, Kubota tractors are known for their affordability and durability. Remember, at Quarles Supply in Bolivar and Kubota of Lebanon, we make it simple to buy a new Kubota.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Add character to your home with outdoor wall lights from Patriot Lighting. Hurry in to find the perfect light to match your style and security needs. Get this Remy outdoor wall light for a value of $19.97 after rebate. Update your home's exterior with no big siding. These siding panels are lightweight, easy to handle, and offer quick installation. Get dry stack stone, available in 9 colors for a value of $11.99 each after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Once upon a time, there was a big house. A man from a national company told the lady her house was in danger of falling down. Luckily, the lady called the Snells brothers. They came and gave her an honest estimate, and the problem was fixed.
CBS Tonight, with only one episode to the season finale, it's all coming together.
Got her right where we want her.
Matlock is all new CBS Tonight.
Any idea what this emergency meeting's about?
I think it's some kind of emergency.
That is what I love about you. You always a thing.
Federal agents! Weapons down! No!
Now we're talking.
NCIS is all new CBS Tuesday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
What are we looking at for the rest of tonight? I know active weather is expected tomorrow, though.
I mean, we still got a few severe storms kind of on the fringes, off to the northeast and east, and that's where I think they will stay going into the evening, and then they'll move out. But looking at otherwise a quiet night tonight, quiet day for most areas throughout the day tomorrow, and then storms come in. They start working in late afternoon up towards, say, Warsaw, Osceola, that area, and then gradually they'll work southeast across the area during the evening and overnight hours Friday night. I think, like we've seen throughout the week, for the most part, most of the severe weather risk tomorrow evening will be weighted toward the northwest and west. So southeast Kansas, west central Missouri, that's the area that I'd be concerned most about severe weather. And then it's going to fade, I think, pretty quickly as it slides through.
Yeah, we'll have it all covered for you here at Ozarks First, both right here on the air and online on ozarksfirst.com. We're back at 6.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopo. The breaking news right now.
We have a lot of agreement with Iran, and I think something's going to happen very positive.
Potential for peace. What the 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah militants in Lebanon could mean for a peace deal with Iran. Plus, the president's new comments on the Pope.
I have a right to disagree with the Pope.
Also developing tonight, Spirit Airlines deep in debt and on the verge of going out of business. What the loss of that budget airline could mean for your summer travel plans. And our new interview with the crew of Artemis II, their historic voyage around the moon, and what it's like to be back.
We are carrying back everything that we learned, not only about where we went, but about ourselves.
Also a sneak preview of a new movie featuring an AI version of Val Kilmer a year after his death. What Hollywood is saying.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
And the good stuff tonight, she points, he digs. But there's so much more to the duo of Barbara and Chewie.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Tony DeCopo.
Good evening. In a moment, we'll have some news on the potential for peace in Iran. But first, for another day, President Trump and Pope Leo trade comments over the legitimacy of that war in the first place. The Pope, speaking in Cameroon on his tour of Africa, said the world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants. And then a few hours later, on the lawn of the White House, the president responded, saying this is the real world and the Pope needs to understand that. We begin our coverage tonight with Caitlin Huey Burns, who is with the president in Las Vegas this evening. Caitlin, good evening.
Good evening to you, Tony. Well, the president is trying to shift gears tonight, hitting the road to tout his economic policies ahead of the midterms as voters are feeling the pinch at the pump. As President Trump headed to Las Vegas today to try and change the subject from war to the economy, he downplayed rising gas prices.
They're not very high if you look at what they were supposed to be in order to get rid of a nuclear weapon with the danger that entails.
Gas prices have risen more than $1 since the war started nearly 7 weeks ago. And as Americans file their taxes this week, the president is touting the gains from his tax policies. But rising gas and food prices threaten to wipe out those savings.
We save a little bit of money on taxes, but we're paying so much more for groceries and for gas.
It seems to take a long time, for the prices to come back down to even where they were at before this.
It comes as the president is facing heightened political pressure to end the war, along with criticisms from the Pope, who today denounced what he called the masters of war.
The world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants.
Trump said today he has a right to disagree with the Pope.
But the Pope has to understand Iran, very simple, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
The Pope also called out those who use religion to justify war. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has cited biblical references several times during the conflict.
But woe to those who manipulate religion in the very name of God for their own military, economic, or political gain.
Today, Hegseth invoked the Bible to compare the press to Pharisees, often portrayed as enemies of Jesus.
The legacy Trump-hating press. Your politically motivated animus for President Trump nearly completely blinds you from the brilliance of our American warriors. The Pharisees scrutinized every good act in order to find a violation.
And we learned tonight that police were called to investigate a bomb threat at the home of Pope Leo's brother in suburban Chicago. The threat was determined to be unsubstantiated, but they are continuing to investigate. Tony.
Caitlin Huey Burns for us from Las Vegas. Caitlin, thank you very much. We're going to turn now to the Middle East and the potential for a major step toward peace with Iran. A 10-day ceasefire taking effect tonight between Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah militants in Lebanon, said to be crucial for a wider deal. More now from senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata in Tel Aviv.
Even in the hours leading up to that temporary truce, Hezbollah rockets struck a town in northern Israel tonight, while the Israeli military struck villages across southern Lebanon today. Lebanon's health ministry has put the death toll at more than 2,000 since fighting began. President Trump announcing on Truth Social the Israeli and Lebanese leaders had agreed to a 10-day ceasefire.
We're going to be meeting with Bibi Netanyahu, as you know, and the president of Lebanon. And I had a great talk with both of them today. They're going to be having a ceasefire, and that'll include Hezbollah.
But Hezbollah's stance on that agreement remains far from certain. That could impact potential peace talks in the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran due to expire next week. The U.S. naval blockade outside the Strait of Hormuz has already turned back more than a dozen ships. And today, the military said it's expanding to include any Iran-linked or sanctioned vessels worldwide. Iran has promised to shut down shipping lanes if it's not lifted. Meanwhile, the U.S. military has used the pause in fighting to reposition forces and prepare for any return to hostilities, according to the U.S. commander in the region, Admiral Brad Cooper.
We're rearming, we're retooling, and we're adjusting our tactics, techniques, and procedures.
So the president said again today he was optimistic a deal could be reached and said another meeting between the United States and Iran could happen as early as this weekend. But he warned if a deal cannot be reached, the fighting will resume. Tony?
We'll keep watching it. But Charlie, while I've got you, I understand the Pentagon approached American automakers about playing a role in replenishing weapons supplies. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so according to sources familiar with those conversations, the Pentagon has approached the CEOs of major car companies about helping boost weapons production in the U.S. by using their personnel in large factories, kind of like similar to what the government did during World War II. So far, no deals have been made, and talks are ongoing. The Pentagon has been trying to replenish low stockpiles reduced by both the wars in Ukraine and Iran. Tony?
Charlie Daggett for us. Charlie, thank you very much. Police in Virginia say the former lieutenant governor, Justin Fairfax, is dead tonight after he shot and killed his wife and then turned the gun on himself. Here's Nicole Skanga with more on what happened to a man who almost became governor.
Minutes after midnight, with his teenage children at home, police say former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax repeatedly shot his wife in the basement before running upstairs and turning the gun on himself.
I think this is going to be our subject. He's got a firearm with him, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
It happened kind of spontaneously within the same few minutes or two while the 16-year-old son was trying to render aid and check on his mother and call 911 at the same time.
Authorities say the 47-year-old Fairfax was in a highly contentious divorce with his wife, Serena, a dentist. According to court papers, she claimed he was a deadbeat dad who drank heavily. And while the couple lived in the family home in separate rooms, he was being forced to leave at the end of the month.
So there was obviously some strife going on inside the Fairfax household. All the stressors associated probably with any divorce were present.
In 2019, while in office, two women accused the Democrat of sexual assault in interviews with CBS Morning's Gayle King.
He forcibly sexually assaulted and raped me.
Fairfax said the encounters were consensual. He was never charged.
To contemplate or consider a rising star like Justin and how that star just fell out of the sky in a scenario that nobody ever would have contemplated.
Fairfax was 38 years old when he was elected lieutenant governor back in 2017. He unsuccessfully ran for governor 4 years later, but he had not re-entered the political scene since, Tony.
Nicole Skanga for us in Washington. Nicole, thank you very much. President Trump today nominated a new director for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Dr. Erica Schwartz is a former Deputy Surgeon General and retired Coast Guard Rear Admiral. Doctors we spoke to described Dr. Schwartz as a traditional pick, highly qualified and generally not aligned with Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or his Make America Healthy Again movement. She'll need to be confirmed by the Senate. Now to a potential shakeup in the airline industry. 2 years after a failed merger with JetBlue, there are public reports that Spirit Airlines could be going under within days. For more on what it means for passengers holding tickets, let's bring in senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
Tony, the surging price of jet fuel has thrown into question Spirit Airlines' plans to emerge from bankruptcy this summer and return to profitability. Airline industry sources tell CBS News some of Spirit's creditors are now questioning the airline's ability to make upcoming debt payments. Spirit is still selling tickets and operating as scheduled for now, but if its creditors should force a liquidation, it could mean Spirit would halt operations with little notice. CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg.
I would definitely have a backup plan ready. Here's what I would do. Buy a refundable ticket on a competing carrier on the same route. That way, if your Spirit flight goes okay, just refund the ticket. If your Spirit flight doesn't, you won't be worried about getting a seat home. You'll already have one.
Spirit declined to address the reports of a possible imminent liquidation, saying it does not comment on market rumors and speculation. What is not speculation is every U.S. airline is feeling the impact of the surging jet fuel prices since the beginning of the conflict with Iran. Tony?
A dangerous weather situation is unfolding in the Midwest tonight. Parts of Michigan are underwater, and in Sheboygan, levels at a threatened dam here hit the highest point yet this week. Meteorologist Rob Marciano is tracking a new round of storms for the Northeast and Southern Plains. Rob, I mispronounced that town name, but they got bigger problems than that. Good evening.
You've got it, Sheboygan, for sure. They've actually been working on that bridge this week because of that rising water. All the rivers in that Michigan watershed are overflowing, or at least getting close to overflowing. There and in Wisconsin, where Milwaukee has already set a record for rainfall for the month, and we're barely halfway through the month of April. And yes, there is a little bit more rain coming, not just tonight, but especially tomorrow. Another 1 to 3 inches across that area. We've got severe thunderstorm watches that are posted for Little Rock, southern parts of Missouri, and the heartland, and the threat for seeing severe weather across upstate New York. Again, large hail, damaging winds, maybe a tornado. Tomorrow, we really reset the stage. This is going to shake up the pattern here. This system will bring potentially strong tornadoes from Oklahoma City to Wichita to Kansas City, Des Moines, and up through hard-hit Wisconsin tomorrow through tomorrow night. And then during the day on Saturday, we'll get into the Ohio River Valley. Slightly less risk, but still all hazards in play there. Obviously fed by some of this record-breaking heat that tomorrow, once again, will at least approach 90 degrees in Raleigh and Atlanta, cooling a bit in the Northeast, but the entire East Coast doesn't cool down absolutely until the end of the weekend. Tony?
Rob, thank you very much. Late today, we talked to the astronauts of Artemis 2, one of their first interviews since returning from the far side of the moon. And since my first question happened to be the same as one of our younger viewers, Jack, who says he's obsessed with space, we let him take it.
Hi, thank you for sending pictures to the world. What was your favorite thing you saw on the moon?
So Jack, if you couldn't quite catch it, said, thank you for sending pictures of the world. What was your favorite thing you saw on the moon?
Yeah, Jack, we found this on the far side of the moon. We found this thing that looked like somebody had left a handprint. And Reed and I spent a lot of time talking about this handprint on the backside of the moon.
And I just want to add, when the sun eclipsed behind the moon and we were looking out the window at this really just a dark, matte gray sphere right outside of our window, it was the most unique thing and the most unexpected thing I think that I saw for sure on this entire mission. It was beautiful and just completely unexpected. My brain could not process what I was looking at out the window.
Now that it's over, now that you're back, and Jeremy, I'll start with you. How do we hold on to that wisdom and perspective that we all had for the 10 days that you were up there?
I think it's easier than we make out, and it's just fighting the sense that we're powerless. And my sense of hope is now renewed that I saw everybody else flock to this mission and hold that true for them.
Just never forget what it was like to let someone and a mission carry your hopes, your heart, and your dreams with it, and to trust in that process, to trust that we humans decided to do this, to do something so great, and that we are carrying back everything that we learned, not only about where we went, but about ourselves.
We started this journey back in April of 2023 talking about how this was not a marathon or a sprint, but a relay race. If you need something physical, go out, buy a baton, and as long as the baton is passed, this race is still going. So it's a physical reminder that we are still going. Even while we're not up there in space, the mission continues. We can't wait to hand off those batons.
We also asked them what it was like readjusting from way up there to life back here. They said they love gravity, they love plumbing, and Victor Glover said he really loves his couch. It's good to have him home. Coming up next, Val Kilmer back on the big screen thanks to artificial intelligence. What it could mean for the future of Hollywood, and a Wild West-style police chase in New York City.
Okay, now that you've bundled your boat and RV with your home and auto, you're ready to hit the open road.
Ooh, or set sail on your next adventure.
Tomato, tomato.
And because you save time and money, you could just go where the road takes you.
Ooh, nothing but smooth sailing.
Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Jamie.
Stop.
Okay, looks like we're in ship shape. Yarr, shiver me timbers.
That's an impression of a pirate.
Boat. Sorry, bud. Not while I weed.
Hey! Who let the dogs out?
Spruce, a new weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. Spruce works differently by dehydrating down to the roots for dead weeds in just 1 day.
Spruce works.
Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly.
Did you take your vitamin today?
That's my job. Nature Made.
the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
For pain in multiple spots like here, here, or here, Salonpas patches stick firmly and remove comfortably once your pain is gone. Salonpas. It's good medicine.
If you're frustrated with occasional bloating or gas, your body's giving you signs. It's time to try Align. Align Probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional bloating and gas. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
As Americans, we're fair and logical. 83% of us favor requiring a photo ID to vote. In fact, most of the civilized world requires it, but not us. We need to be able to trust that only eligible Americans are casting ballots. Democrats oppose voter ID for no coherent reason. Republicans favor it but haven't acted. What are they waiting for? Call your United States senators and tell them to pass the Save America Act today.
Actor Val Kilmer died last April, and yet he is starring in a new movie made after his death. How's that work? The filmmakers have resurrected his voice and image using artificial intelligence. The Kilmer family has agreed, but some in Hollywood are worried, especially after seeing the new trailer. CBS News senior tech and business correspondent Jolene Kent explains.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
With the help of AI, a never-before-seen Val Kilmer is starring in this new movie trailer, 1 year after the actor's death.
You can be my wingman anytime.
The real-life Kilmer was known for 80s and 90s blockbusters like Top Gun, Batman Forever, and Tombstone.
I'm your huckleberry.
Kilmer was originally set to star in the upcoming Western As Deep as the Grave, but bowed out due to throat cancer. Prior to his death, he and his family granted the filmmakers permission to use his likeness with AI.
Of course, it's not the real Val Kilmer, but it is a tribute to him.
Brothers Corti and John Voorhees directed and produced the film respectively, telling us it took 7 minutes to render Kilmer's likeness for the screen.
People have criticized the film, saying the movie doing such a thing is disrespectful. What's your response to that?
Artists are actually losing out right now on the control of their likeness, their brand, all of these things. And so there has to be leadership on this, and we believe we're taking a small forward step in this.
This iteration of Kilmer arrives amid a pervasive debate in Hollywood over AI's role in the business.
The theft of real people's likeness it should be condemned.
And as my brother said, and I'll echo, we are here to help establish the guardrails.
The AI version of Kilmer is not just a cameo. The filmmakers told me he's in the movie for more than an hour, and the Actors Union SAG-AFTRA told CBS News that any use of an actor's likeness requires the permission of that actor or their estate. Tony?
The real version of Jolene Kent, thank you. Up next, a historic big money milestone for a WNBA superstar.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
And now, I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi is the only IL-23 inhibitor proven to help achieve remission, meaning few to no symptoms in just 4 weeks for some people. Many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Mopping is hard work. Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket, with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Nature's Bounty.
8 in 10 women agree that feeling healthy makes them feel beautiful.
From glow to grow, Nature's Bounty has solutions to supplement all of you. Nature's Bounty, it's in your nature.
With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later?
SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later. Go to safelight.com today.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Your sisters are running early.
Early? This headache.
We've got an hour. Try PainQuil.
The max strength liquid pain reliever that starts working fast. PainQuil, the aches, pain, strains, head pounding, back aching, fights pain fast medicine.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy was created with a different approach in mind and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take if allergic to Cobenfy, have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy. Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
CBS Mornings.
CBS Mornings on CBS and where else? Paramount Plus. See you at 7.
CBS Mornings.
In a case of shoot first and negotiate later, WNBA star A'ja Wilson, a former #1 draft pick and league MVP, just re-signed with the Las Vegas Aces for the biggest money contract in WNBA history. 3 years, $5 million, a supermax deal, but others could follow under the league's new collective bargaining agreement negotiated just last month. Pensacola beachgoers saw something else to make them go woo this week. Take a look at it. 6 of the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels and 6 of the U.S. Air Force's Thunderbirds uniting in a rare Super Delta formation. The U.S. military called it a display of skill and discipline and part of a wider joint training exercise. New York City got its first motorized police car more than a century ago, but there are still some horses on patrol. And New Yorkers saw one of them in action yesterday, a member of the city's mounted patrol known as the 10-foot cops because of their high visibility, galloping after an alleged thief, dodging Manhattan traffic to make the arrest. Officer Kyle McLaughlin and his horse Kelly there also recovered the stolen purse. Up next, the good stuff. If only all of us could have a bond as special as this.
Bronchiectasis flares are loud, filled with symptoms that can get worse, like coughing, mucus, breathlessness. And behind those flares, the risk of permanent lung damage. Your bronchiectasis symptoms can get loud, but it's time to get louder. Make your voice heard by talking to a pulmonologist about a different bronchiectasis treatment option. Learn more at treatbe.com.
Are you Marsha?
I am. I am.
Thanks for meeting me here. Usually not an interweb dating guy. Barely ever use this phone computer. Unless it's to bundle my insurance with Liberty Bibbity.
Oh, same. I hate this thing, but it's true. You can save hundreds bundling with Bibbity.
Bibbity?
Bibbity?
Bibbity.
Bibbity.
Are you hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some lasagna.
And some penny relief.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Lily doesn't play like she's 62. She plays like you owe her something. And with Insure Max Protein, she always collects.
Told you she still plays?
You're in your prime, so keep it that way. Insure yourself.
A multi-billion-dollar Roundup settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you need to register for benefits. You could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201.
Purina One. We switched and wow. From day one, its proven natural nutrition supports Charlie's strong immune system and Ginger's healthy heart.
Healthy differences today and for a lifetime. Purina One, a difference from day one.
It looks like an ordinary staircase, but as you age with occasional nerve discomfort that can feel like stabbing or pins and needles in your hands and feet, sometimes stairs can bring worry. As a retired doctor, now that I'm older myself, I take Nervive. Nervive Nerve Relief has ALA to start reducing occasional nerve discomfort in 7 days. Getting older happens, but living with occasional nerve discomfort doesn't have to. Try Nervive like I did and get your freedom back. Feel alive with Nervive.
People with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes.
Like my mom and you, Chica. Our kidneys could be sending out an SOS about increased risk like heart attack or stroke.
Don't miss the signal. Ask your doctor about a simple urine test called UACR and join our mission.
For years, Ben wore this hat to hide his thinning hair. And he'll realize he forgot it right about now. Uh-oh. But since choosing Nutrafol to help him grow visibly thicker, fuller hair, he's on track for a comeback. And soon he'll understand he is, in fact, very much above needing a hat. Hats off to you, Ben. Hats off to you.
We're back with the good stuff, and tonight the story of a bond between a grandmother and the dog next door. You might have seen a small part of this one online. Pictures of 96-year-old Barbara Collins next to this 150-pound Newfoundland named Chewy are quite something. But so is their gardening video. She points and then he digs. But there's so much more to this. Chewy lives next door to Barbara with Barbara's granddaughter, Amy Savino, and her 3 kids, Barbara's great-grandchildren. Which is about when you realize that Chewy isn't just the dog next door. He's more like another great-grandchild. And he happens to be the one that Grandma really spoils. With ice cream and cupcakes and sleepovers and lots of presents on Christmas and all of his favorite people foods from grilled cheese to cheeseburgers. And Chewy lets Grandma dress him up for Easter and Valentine's Day, and he always runs over, and he would do anything to protect her. In other words, while parents give the baths and make the kids eat vegetables, grandmas are pure love. And Chewy, as the littlest, furriest great-grandkid, gets a lot of it. Grandma says there's a lesson in this for everyone.
Love is the most important thing. If you love, you have everything. And I love, and that's the best I can give you. He's a wonderful dog.
Barbara told us it's actually hard to put into words what Chewy really means to her, but for the millions upon millions of people who have watched them together online, we understand. No words required, Barbara. That's another day in America. I'm Tony DeCopel. We hope to see you back here tomorrow night. For now, good night.
Every year that goes by, Continental Siding customers celebrate their Love Your Home anniversary. That's one more year of them loving their home. Having high-quality American-made siding and windows makes them proud to pull in their driveway and see their beautiful home. To celebrate our 44th anniversary, we're having a Made in America sale. Our patented seamless polymer siding and polymer windows are 40% off right now. And low monthly payments means loving your home is affordable. Click.
When is the last time you had your ducts cleaned? John Wayne Heating and Air's duct cleaning process cleans unwanted dust or pollutants and makes your system run more efficiently. Don't wait. Schedule a springtime duct cleaning with John Wayne Heating and Air today.
You only remodel a few times in life, so every choice matters. Every finish, every fixture, every line. This isn't just a bathroom. It's your taste on display. Get the space right. Get the people right. Get it right the first time. Southern Materials Company. Remodel with confidence.
The Ozarks First Storm Tracker, sponsored by Multiply Credit Union.
Coming up tonight at 6, a look at the damage done due to severe storms last night as more could now be on the way. What needs to be done to recover in one community ahead of the next round of potential heavy rain and high winds? And answering the call as 911 operators are receiving some recognition this week. We look into the impacts their job has on their mental health. Then, the Missouri Senate passing an amendment to eliminate the state income tax. What's next in that process? Ozarks First at 6 starts now.
This is Ozarks First News at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Bailey Stroll. We now know the damage dealt to the Clinton area during severe storms were caused by not one, but 2 tornadoes that touched down Wednesday evening. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but we're told about 20 buildings were damaged. Here's some video tonight, just as those were coming through, and then of the damage. That includes 2 homes, businesses, and 2 schools. Area agencies spent the day determining the tornado's paths.
The plan for today, we're going to be waiting on the National Weather Service to get here so we can begin some initial damage assessments.
The assistant fire chief saying the main goal from here is cleanup and offering help to people impacted, especially as another round of storms are possible still this week. And a first check of your forecast now as the weather team continues to keep a close eye on the potential for more severe weather to hit the Ozarks. We are drying out now, really a beautiful sight or a beautiful evening ahead in downtown Springfield. But earlier this afternoon, others weren't so lucky, even getting hit with some large hail. We check in now with our chief meteorologist, Jamie Warner.
Yeah, and you know, there was quite a bit of hail reported in the few storms that developed. I mean, they've been isolated this afternoon, but the few storms that developed produced hail, and some of it was monster hail. We had this picture that was sent in. This is tennis ball size hail that fell out of a storm over Iberia, Missouri earlier this afternoon. And there was another storm down near areas of southeast Howell County, got into southwestern Oregon County, that likely produced hail pretty close to that size as well. Now, things are looking pretty good now on radar. The threat for additional showers and thunderstorms is kind of on the wane. This is where hail was reported today to the northeast, and also with that cell that kind of tracked along the state line across southern sections of Oregon County. A severe thunderstorm watch continues to blanket much of the area south of I-44, but I really don't expect to see very much from here on out. Can't rule out an isolated shower into the evening hours. Otherwise, look for a quiet night. Temperatures dropping to about 63 for a low, and we'll be gearing up Friday for another wave of storms Friday night. Bailey?
Right, thank you, Jamie. When a tornado or damaging winds strike, first responders rely on shelter registrations to locate and find residents that are hit in the affected areas. Most counties across Arkansas do have a form that you can fill out on their website where you can list the address and describe your shelter, even submit a picture of it. That will help you out if you or someone you know ever gets trapped inside.
It's not open to the public. Only responders have the ability to see these. So after a tornado, we can see the neighborhood. They're on a map where we can see them, and then we can go around and find those and make sure that someone's not trapped inside of their shelter.
Again, if you would like to register your shelter in Arkansas, just check your county's website for the details.
We don't always, we don't necessarily seek that spotlight, but it's good to be recognized for what we do contribute.
911 operators getting recognition as part of National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Tonight, Ozarks First Parker Paget live outside the Greene County Public Safety Center. And Parker, you spoke with those answering the calls for help every day.
Yeah, this is a role that wasn't officially recognized as a first responder until 2023 when Governor Parsons signed a bill giving them similar benefits to their counterparts like police, fire, and EMS. And we talked about mental health and how impactful it is on this industry.
It can be challenging.
Amy Engel has been a 911 operator for almost 3 years.
It also can be incredibly rewarding, and there's times that you get to make a difference when you didn't even know that you could.
She's one of many celebrating National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Workers say the recognition validates the hard work that they put in, answering thousands of calls a week.
There very much was a kind of old school, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, kind of suck it up buttercup mentality.
Andrew Bick says the work environment has improved over time.
We do a lot trying to keep people in a good headspace.
Resources are more available as well. In 2023, operators were officially recognized as first responders, opening new doors, including better mental health options.
Officer involved shootings and that kind of stuff. That's always really difficult for us.
It's resources that workers use after tough calls.
It was a very sad call that did not have a very good outcome, and I helped as best I could, but it wasn't something that could be helped. And I did struggle with that for a while.
And as workers continue to literally answer the call for help, they know the job can be tough, but worth it to help others.
It feels kind of rewarding to get that recognition because, I mean, most of us choose to come here and do this because we want to help people.
Even though the goal is to have somebody dispatched under 20 seconds from receiving that call, BIC tells me that 911 operators are consistently working with police, fire, and EMS to reduce those response times even further. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Paget, Ozarks First.
All right, Parker, thank you. The Purdy School District making an announcement this week that it's implemented a new ban, this one on energy drinks all across the district. It was done to create a safer environment, they say, for students after witnessing excessive consumption throughout the day. The superintendent, Dr. Travis Graham, says he hopes the move can foster healthier lifestyles.
A school district that educates kids not just in academics. We want to educate them in healthy lifestyles and healthy habits. And this is really opening a door to allow us to have those conversations with kids as well as parents in supporting those pieces.
Students caught with an open energy drink will be asked to pour it out. Graham says the district will move to have an official policy in place by the beginning of school in August. He also added that he's not aware of any other districts with a similar policy. We check in from our Capitol Bureau tonight. The Missouri Senate passing a measure to phase out the state's income tax. 3 Republican senators joined Democrats in voting no on the amendment. The measure now awaits another vote in the Missouri House. And if approved there, the income tax proposal would head to the ballot box this year.
The bill made it out of the Senate last night. It was a late night, and I appreciate the senators working through that, putting money back in Missourians' pockets. We think it's the right thing to do.
The default election would be in November, but the governor does have the option to move the income tax question to the August ballot instead. Ozarks First has a lot more news to share with you on our social media pages and our website too. Be sure to download our apps as well and follow Ozarks First on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. We have stories going out every hour there as well as on ozarksfirst.com. Also a good idea to download our weather app right now with more incoming storms in the forecast as we are getting right in the middle of severe weather season. Stick around for the full forecast right after the break. And then NASCAR comes to the Kansas Speedway this weekend, and it's 1 month earlier than the Kansas Springs stops in the past few years. After the break, we'll take a look at one of the drivers that's hitting the track.
This is Ozarks First News at 6 with Bailey Stroll and Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warriner. The outdoor forecast on Ozarks First is sponsored by Dawn Vance Auto Group. Upfront pricing, down home service. The Bear Nation Update is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks.
Unscripted has teamed up with Fritz's Adventure for the Golden Apple Award.
Head to ozarksfirst.com and nominate a teacher or educator.
Each month, we'll surprise one outstanding educator with prizes from Fritz's Adventure. The Golden Apple Award on Ozarks First.
Spring is here, and Big O Tires wants to give your vehicle a fresh start with our Spring Super Sale. From April 13th through May 3rd, you can drive away on a set of 4 tires for just $60 a month and nothing out of pocket. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
She won't remember what you had for dinner.
Or the name of the song. But for the rest of her life.
She will remember what love feels like.
Because you chose her over everything else in the world.
Show her often.
With your words, with your attention, and with a reminder that she can take everywhere she goes.
Make these moments last forever with a gift from Mitchum Jewelers.
Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a ride. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or taking on serious acreage, let's go the distance. Shop in-store and online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel. Let's go mow.
Decades in business has taught us that car buying shouldn't feel like car buying. At Reliable Chevrolet, great pricing meets better selection. No haggle, no hassle, period. We know these vehicles inside and out and will find your perfect fit. Our GM certified techs get you in and out fast, saving you time and money in sales and service. Live nearby? We'll bring your new Chevy right to your door. Need a loaner while yours is in service? We've got you covered. Together, let's drive. Shop now at ReliableChevy.com.
Big old service is Missouri's best. Our trusted team outpaces the rest. Show me state coverage wherever you go. We've got you covered at Big O.
Well, it's nice to see this, some sunshine and quiet weather across the area, and we're not anticipating active weather overnight tonight. It looks like we're on the tail end of today's round of thunderstorms, and while there weren't many of them, the few that did pop up were kind of mean, producing some large hail, and in some cases very large hail. Also, this has been a soaker of a pattern that we've been in over the last week. Looking at rainfall over the last 24 hours, the hardest hit areas here just to the north of I-44, particularly from Jasper County up to Polk County. In that stretch, last evening, there were many places that saw between 2 and 5 inches. And I would guess that in that narrow band, there were probably a few spots that saw maybe in excess of 5 inches. That led to flash flooding. Did have one Weather Watch report out of northern Polk County, 3.5 inches of rainfall. Here in Springfield, we picked up 1.5 inches of rain. And looking at the month of April, you could see with 3.5 inches reported so far, a lot of that rain falling last night. It has been a wet pattern, and we're only halfway through the month, and we're looking at another wave of storms to come through tomorrow night. Looking at today's setup, what we had was a pocket of upper level energy kind of working in from the west. We also had a leftover boundary in the area, and all of that kind of added up to a few spotty thunderstorms. And one of these storms just an hour ago was producing hail here over northern sections of Miller County, but it has quickly faded as it has dropped off toward the southeast. The severe weather really has shifted into southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, and western Kentucky and western Tennessee. It's kind of outrunning that severe thunderstorm watch. I really don't expect much, if anything else, for the rest of this evening in our area. So this severe thunderstorm watch, while technically it's still in place, I think we may see it get lifted here shortly. Again, getting back to the weather ingredients, we had that pocket of upper level energy swinging across the area. We're now on the back side of it, and that's one of the reasons why I think we've probably seen the worst of today's weather, and it's going to continue to shift off to the east. But we look ahead to tomorrow, and we find a cold front moving across North Dakota, South Dakota, and that front will drop southeast, and it spells trouble for at least parts of the area late tomorrow afternoon into the overnight hours. Like we've seen with a lot of these events this week, it looks like the severe weather threat will be weighted very heavily toward the west and northwest. This is where we do have an enhanced risk of severe weather. And I think while storms pop up and initially they are going to produce severe weather, they're going to line up quickly, and as they drop southeast, they're going to run into some resistance. And I think we're going to see that severe weather threat quickly fade as that line crosses I-44 and off to the south. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast for this evening, again, you can see it looks pretty quiet from a model perspective. Looking ahead to tomorrow, I think we're going to find partly to mostly cloudy skies. Really, for most areas, the day looks quiet. It'll be capped. Looking to the northwest, though, for storms to move into west central Missouri by the end of the afternoon, with a line of storms developing and then dropping southeast through the area as we work through the overnight Saturday night. Rainfall looks heaviest again north of the interstate. About 63 for a low tonight, high of 81 tomorrow. That cold front's going to pack a punch, not just because of storms, but take a look at the temperatures. 43 for a morning low on Saturday with an afternoon high of 58, but we're back in the 70s by Monday. Bailey?
All right, thank you, Jamie. And a reminder, download our Ozarks First weather app. That's where you can get alerts sent right to your phone for severe weather or any other weather alerts. You can also check out the radar there and look at the extended forecast from our team of the most accurate meteorologists in the Ozarks 10 years in a row now. And it's not often that our weather team is able to get out of the studio and out into the community, especially during severe weather season. But one piece of that team was able to do just that today. Here's what you missed in our midday show at 11 a.m. Meteorologist Tom Schmidt was able to venture out to Wheatland Elementary, where he gave a class about weather to first graders. And he attempted to wow that crowd by conducting an experiment where he put a cloud in a bottle. You can reach out to our station if you're a teacher or in the classroom and you want Tom to visit your classroom next. The Missouri State Baseball Bears will open a weekend series Friday at Hammonds Field against Western Kentucky. But Dan Lucy is talking other Mo State news in your Bear Nation update tonight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Lucy on the Ozarks First Digital Desk. Missouri State is wrapping up its first full athletic year in Conference USA. This after 35 years in the Missouri Valley Conference. But the Valley has not forgotten about Mo State. In our Bear Nation update, the Valley announced on Wednesday that former Lady Bear Tina Robbins will be inducted into the Valley Hall of Fame. Tina Robbins was an All-American guard for Cheryl Burnett's Lady Bears from 1991 through 94. The SMS Lady Bears won 104 games during her tenure, including a trip to the 1992 Final Four. Robbins earned the NCAA Midwest Regional MVP award during that tournament run. The Joplin High School product is the all-time career assist leader with 657 and had a record 216 assists in one season. Tina Robbins has been the head women's basketball coach at Crowder College for the last 19 seasons. For more sports, watch Ozarks First News at 9 and 10, and I'll see you then.
While the race weekend has moved up, Saturday's O'Reilly Series race features one young driver who has done plenty of moving around himself this season. Carson Quapple is making his second start at the Kansas Speedway this weekend. He's still getting a read after his first year, but he's already switched rides 5 times this season alone and hasn't spent 3 consecutive races in the same seat.
Kind of a different situation I'm in right now with 3 different cars. It's hard to get consistent, and it's not really the perfect case scenario, right? But just trying to build off, like I was saying, build off the week prior and use some stuff from last year, but kind of just start new and try to focus on what's ahead of me.
Despite facing some challenges on the tracks last year, too, Quapple is hoping to put his new skills to the test this weekend. Saturday night, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series will hit the track. Tickets are still available for that race. You can get them on NASCAR.com, and it will air on the CW beginning at 5:30. Still to come here at 6, it's National Child Abuse Prevention Month. And in this week's Serving the Ozarks, we're highlighting how the local center partners with organizations to help keep children safe in our area.
Wednesday, the biggest governor's debate live. What happens in California impacts the entire country, the economy, policy, the future. News Nation's Leland Vittert and Chris Steyerwalt live from San Francisco. Wednesday starting at 9/8 Central only on News Nation.
To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com.
Hi folks, Roger here with Tri-Lakes Ford Chrysler.
Roger, look what I found.
A baseball signed by Babe Ruth?
Never heard of him.
He's the greatest baseball player of all time.
Ooh, let's play catch.
No way, Trilake. This baseball's super rare.
Fine, if you won't play catch with me, at least take me for a ride in that shiny new Jeep Gladiator.
All right, you have a deal.
Come see us at Tri-Lakes Ford Chrysler, where we've got more awesome finds than you can shake a stick at.
When I retired, my biggest worry was what was biting that morning. Lots of fishing trips since then. Now my thoughts lean farther into the future. So I called Allen and Rector Law Firm. I didn't know the difference between an estate, trust, will, and I sure didn't want to leave my kids dealing with it. Allen and Rector took the reins, making my estate planning easy. So for now, we can concentrate on the matters at hand. Who's coming away with the big catch of the day?
Jesse Inman on Ozarks First. First in news. First for you.
At Womack Monument Company, we are regularly visited by families who want to capture a lasting photographic likeness of their loved one for placement on their monument. Our Imperial porcelains are permanently installed, photographic quality, the finest available, and are forever guaranteed against fading, deterioration, and vandalism. Please allow our family the opportunity to show you why Imperial porcelains are the absolute best for your monument. For those you love, crafted by those who care, your monument by Womack.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Get supplier discount for everyone pricing for over $8,300 in total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Watch the Rabbit Hole Report on Ozarks First Plus.
What kind of things do scare you? What a sissy, Mary.
Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device. And now, Serving the Ozarks. Sponsored by Patriot Heat and Air.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. For this week, Serving the Ozarks, our Carissa Codell is highlighting how the local Child Advocacy Center is able to partner with multiple organizations, all aimed at keeping kids safe.
We want children's voice to be heard. We want them to know that they matter.
We're set up to create a child-friendly environment that gathers all of those investigative agencies around the child.
Last year, over 1,700 children visited the Child Advocacy Center on Walnut Street in Springfield.
The CAC exists for many reasons. One of those is so the child can tell their story only once.
It's recorded.
Yes.
And it's shown to investigators in another room.
Correct, yes. So each interview room has cameras and microphones.
Police headquarters is built for the function that it serves. We do have soft interview rooms for victims, but those are for adult victims. And those, it's not really a place that's conducive to bringing a child into to interview.
The CAC works in conjunction with local law enforcement and health professionals.
Our overall goal is to make sure we have healthy children in the community.
And child advocates.
So important to help that child feel that comfort and that strength to be able to talk about the things that have happened to them.
1 in 7 children suffer maltreatment every year in the U.S., and 1 in 10 experience sexual abuse.
It is less likely that a child's going to come home and tell you everything that's going on. They're more likely to test the waters. So it might be as simple as saying, I don't want to go over there, that person's weird. Rather than responding by saying something like, that's not nice to say about that person, we need to say, tell me more why you think that. It leaves the door open. If we immediately shut that down, what we are unintentionally communicating to our children is that I'm automatically going to defend and protect the person that's harming you.
The CAC partnered with dozens of local businesses for their You Matter campaign.
Even though it's the most heart-wrenching job I've ever had, it's certainly the most meaningful job I've ever had.
Serving the Ozarks, sponsored by Patriot Heat and Air.
We've been telling you a lot about Ozarks First Plus. That's our new streaming app you can get on your smart TV. We have 6 original shows being put out every day or every week on that platform. Be sure to catch one of those shows hosted by myself. It streams live weekdays at 3:30. It's called The Daily Scroll. It's just something you don't see every day. This is a herd of wild boars in Warsaw, and this humanoid robot who has a name, his name's Edward, shouting, "Go away," in Polish as they flee into the forest.
Okay, well, that's just because we don't have wild
chasing
boars.
A wild animal or anything. What kind of future is happening over in Poland right now? I mean, it's great. You don't need it. You can download Ozarks First Plus for free on your smart TV if you have an Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Roku device. Stick around. We'll have one more check of your forecast right after this.
The Bear Nation Update is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks. Dealers of the Ozarks.
You can't hear your wife, you can't hear a call, you can't hear your friends, you can't even hear your dog. Now go to Half Price Hearing Aids. Go to Half Price Hearing Aids. You go to Half Price Hearing Aids, you got some friends who want to talk.
How much does not hearing cost you? If one of the most valuable things in life is talking with loved ones, then it's a lot. Let's do something about it today. We carry all the top hearing aid brands, and our patients typically save thousands. Call for your free hearing test now.
Closed captioning for this program is brought to you by John Deere Footwear from Skechers.
John Deere has long been a symbol of hardworking America, and now that spirit is coming to America's most comfortable footwear, Skechers, because hard work deserves the easy comfort of John Deere and Skechers.
Hi, I'm Phil from the Window Source. Over the past couple years, you've heard me talk about our no-gimmick approach to get the windows you want and you need. Today, I'll be talking about our full line of siding, including lines from Hardie and LP, as well as our composite and vinyl siding. It gives your home a whole new look and increases curb appeal. Siding lasts for years, it's easy to keep clean, with a great look and less maintenance. Windows, doors, or siding, there's only one source, the Window Source. Call us today.
If you take a look outside right now, it looks like we could be in the clear for the rest of the evening. Really nice evening.
That's a pretty good assessment. I mean, I do think that we are looking at quiet weather for the rest of the evening across our neck of the woods. Looking ahead to Friday, different story. I mean, I think we're going to be back at it with that risk of severe weather coming in Friday evening from the northwest. Again, I think folks up towards, say, Warsaw, Lincoln, Osceola, Appleton City, that's where I think a lot of the severe weather could occur.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at Fox 49 at 6:30.
CBS Tonight, with only one episode to the season finale. It's all coming together.
Got it right where we
Before, after.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
I'm a United States Marine. Being a veteran, you don't want to show any weakness, so it becomes really hard for you to ask for anything. Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country.
Gerald the Fish. What about, like, Joaquin Bartholomew?
Joaquin Bartholomew.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya. Joaquin Bartholomew. What? How did you think of that?
I have no idea. Since we gave him that title, he should honestly be the king of the pond.
King of the pond.
Yeah.
He's out there somewhere.
For real.
You want this one?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right.
Coming up at 6:30, another look at this damage dealt to areas in Clinton after 2 tornadoes touched down there last night. What needs to be done to recover as we prepare for potentially another round of severe storms? And answering the call, 911 operators receiving some recognition this week due to National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. We're highlighting the impact the job has on their mental health. Then the Missouri Senate passing an amendment to eliminate the state's income tax. What comes next? Ozarks First News at 6:30 starts now.
This is Ozarks First News at 6:30.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Bailey Stroll. We now know the damage dealt to the Clinton area during severe storms were caused by not one, but 2 tornadoes that touched down Wednesday evening. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but we are told about 20 buildings were damaged in that community, including homes, businesses, and 2 schools. Area agencies spent the day determining the tornado's paths.
The plan for today, we're going to be waiting on the National Weather Service to get here so we can begin some initial damage assessments.
The assistant fire chief saying the main goal from here is cleanup and offering help to people impacted, especially as another round of storms are still possible this week. And a first check of your forecast now as our weather team continues to keep a close eye on the potential for severe weather to hit parts of the Ozarks. Not tonight, but Friday night. If you can look outside right now, it looks like a beautiful evening ahead as we dry out a bit. But some of us were also hit with some hail this afternoon.
Yeah, and Bailey, I mean, this hail was very large. I mean, we talk about large hail, there's large hail, and then there's very large hail, monster hail. And that's what we saw in a couple of the thunderstorms, maybe even more than a couple of these thunderstorms this afternoon. This particular storm, our photo from a storm that hit Iberia, and you can see, looks like close to tennis ball size falling out of that thunderstorm. I've seen pictures also out of Eugene, Missouri, which is a little bit further north from a storm that hit about an hour to hour and a half ago with hail sizes very similar to this. And there was a storm that cut across southeastern Howell County into sections of southern Oregon County, also producing very large hail. But when we take a look at radar now, what we find is it looks pretty good out there. Skies are partly cloudy. You can see where the hail fell to the northeast and also to the southeast. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for much of the area south of I-44, but I don't think that we're going to see much more materialize. Temperatures have cooled off a bit. It's in the low 70s now, and outside of an isolated shower, looks like a quiet night ahead with temperatures falling to about 63 for a low. Bailey?
All right, thank you, Jamie. When a tornado or damaging wind strike, first responders rely on shelter registrations to locate people and find residents who may have become trapped in their shelters. Now, most counties across Arkansas have a form that you can fill out on their websites where you can list your address of your shelter and even submit a picture of it, and that will help if someone ever gets trapped inside.
It's not open to the public. Only responders have the ability to see these. So after a tornado, we can see the neighborhood. They're on a map where we can see them, and then we can go around and find those and make sure that someone's not trapped inside of their shelter.
Again, if you would like to register your home or shelter in Arkansas, check out your county's website for details on how to do that.
We don't always, we don't necessarily seek that spotlight, but it's good to be recognized for what we do contribute.
911 operators getting some recognition this week as part of National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Tonight, Ozarks First Parker Paget live outside the Greene County Public Safety Center. Parker, you were able to speak with people who are answering our calls for help every day.
Yeah, this was a role that was not officially recognized as a first responder until Governor Parson signed a bill in 2023, giving them the same benefits and resources as police, fire, and EMS. We talked about mental health and how impactful it is in this line of work.
It can be challenging.
Amy Engel has been a 911 operator for almost 3 years.
It also can be incredibly rewarding, and there's times that you get to make a difference when you didn't even know that you could.
She's one of many celebrating National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Workers say the recognition validates the hard work that they put in, answering thousands of calls a week.
There very much was a kind of old school, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, kind of suck it up buttercup mentality.
Andrew Bick says the work environment has improved over time.
We do a lot trying to keep people in a good headspace.
Resources are more available as well. In 2023, operators were officially recognized as first responders, opening new doors, including better mental health options.
Officer involved, shootings and that kind of stuff. That's always really difficult for us.
It's resources that workers use after tough calls.
It was a very sad call that did not have a very good outcome, and I helped as best I could, but it wasn't something that could be helped. And I did struggle with that for a while.
And his workers continue to literally answer the call for help. They know the job can be tough, but worth it to help others.
It feels kind of rewarding to get that recognition because, I mean, most of us choose to come here and do this because we want to help people.
Even though the goal is to have people dispatched in less than 20 seconds, BIC tells me that 911 operators continuously work with police, fire, and EMS to help reduce those wait times. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Patchett, Ozarks First.
The Purdy School District making an announcement this week that it's implemented a ban on energy drinks across the entire district. It was done to create a safer environment, officials say, for students after witnessing excessive consumption of energy drinks throughout the school day. Superintendent Dr. Travis Graham says he hopes the move can foster some healthier lifestyles.
A school district that educates kids not just in academics. We want to educate them in healthy lifestyles and healthy habits. And this is really opening a door to allow us to have those conversations with kids as well as parents in supporting those pieces.
Students caught with an open energy drink will be asked to pour the rest of it out. Graham says that the district will then move to have an official policy in place by the beginning of next school year in August. And he adds that he's not aware of any other districts with a similar policy. In Jefferson City, the Missouri Senate passing a measure to phase out the state's income tax. 3 Republican senators, though, joined with Democrats in voting no on this amendment. The measure now awaits another vote in the Missouri House, and if approved there, the income tax proposal would head to the ballot box this year.
The bill made it out of the Senate last night. It was a late night, and I appreciate the senators working through that, putting money back in Missourians' pockets. We think it's the right thing to do.
The default election would be in November, but the governor does have the option to move the income tax question to the August ballot instead. Ozarks First has a lot more news to share with you. News that doesn't make it into our newscasts on our social media pages. Be sure to follow us on TikTok. We have some fun videos there as well. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. And a reminder to always check our website for the very latest news, ozarksfirst.com. Stick around after the break. Jamie Warner brings you the full 7-day forecast, including our next potential round of storms and what's in store for the weekend. Then later, NASCAR coming to the Kansas Speedway this weekend. It's actually 1 month earlier than the Kansas spring stops in the past few years. After the break, we're taking a look at one of the drivers hitting the track.
This is Ozarks First News at 6:30 with Bailey Stroll and Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
we went from a kind of cloudy morning to what's really turned into a beautiful afternoon and now evening across the area. And what makes it even nicer is the fact that it looks like we're in for quiet weather for the remainder of the evening. Now, last night we had storms coming in, and these storms really dumped a lot of rain, at least in some areas. The storms kind of stalled here north of I-44, and this is a corridor that had flash flooding yesterday evening. Some spots picking up likely in excess of 5 inches of rainfall here in Springfield, and that's with the line fading by that point. We still picked up 1.5 inches of rain, bringing our monthly total, and we're halfway through April now, to over 3.5 inches. You can see in Joplin almost 4.5 inches. So it's been rather wet so far, and with a wet pattern in the spring, you tend to have some severe weather. We've had some around again this afternoon. Some isolated to widely scattered thunderstorm activity really started this morning and continued through this afternoon. The emphasis for that thunderstorm activity now, though, shifting off to the east. Earlier, we had a storm that had developed up near Eugene, dropping some very large hail, and that storm since has moved off to the southeast and faded away. Here's where the bulk of the thunderstorm activity is now here across western Kentucky and western Tennessee. We've got one little straggler here along I-40. We'll watch that, see if it tries to develop. It should head off to the east, but that big severe thunderstorm watch looks like we've actually cleared out south central Missouri from that watch. I think we're going to be able to do that across most of northern Arkansas, as well as we now find ourselves on the backside of a storm trigger that's moving across the area. And that tends to be a side that tends to suppress thunderstorm activity. So I think our chances for thunderstorms are really fading fast in our area and shifting off to the east. But tomorrow there'll be another wave coming in with a cold front that's currently in the Dakotas. That front will dive southeast through the area tomorrow night. Severe weather is likely across Oklahoma, Kansas, northwest Missouri, up toward Iowa. These initial storms that fire up will produce severe weather. All modes of severe weather will be possible. But I think those storms will quickly line up as they're moving through west central Missouri, and then as they drop southeast across the area, they're going to run into some resistance. And I think we may see this line of storms very quickly fade once it gets on the south side of I-44 late tomorrow evening. Now, north of I-44, there will probably be some severe weather. Hail will be a possibility, but once the storms line up, it's going to be more of a wind or brief spin-up tornado threat with those thunderstorms. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of this evening, notice how any thunderstorm activity that may try to pop up in our area will tend to be just to our south near I-40, pressing off to the east. Looks like for most of the night, for most areas, it's going to be dry. Looks like we'll start tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. It looks like a partly to mostly cloudy day with storms getting into west central Missouri by late afternoon. Again, these could be severe. Watch how quickly the storms line up as they push into the area. And by midnight, the storm should be crossing I-44 and then fading as they push off to the southeast. Heavy rain could again fall, maybe flash flooding north of I-44 again tomorrow evening. 63 for an overnight low. Looking at temperatures tomorrow to be warm. It'll be windy too. It looks like it'll be much cooler though as we get to a quiet weekend. 43 for a morning low on Saturday with an afternoon high of 58. On Sunday, there could be some patchy frost early on with an afternoon high of 68. But we're back up to 74 on Monday. And it looks like we're going to be able to get through most of next week without that threat of severe weather. The end of next week, that'll be great.
A welcome few days.
I was just going to say, the end of next week, there's a
yeah,
possibility.
we're back at it again,
yeah.
potentially. All right, at least we have 70s sunshine for a few days. All right, thank you, Jamie. And a reminder to download our Ozarks First Weather app. That's where you can receive push alerts sent straight to your phone as storms are approaching. Any alerts that are sent out will be sent straight to you by our most accurate team of meteorologists for 10 years in a row now. You can also check the current radar and look at the extended forecast. Here at Ozarks First, we like to get back to the community. It's not often that our weather team is able to leave the studio and go out into the community, especially during severe weather season. But one of them was able to do that, just that today. Our midday meteorologist, Tom Schmidt, venturing out today to Wheatland Elementary, where he gave a class about weather to first graders. He was giving his first weather from the classroom and trying to wow the crowd by doing a bit of an experiment where he put a cloud in a bottle. If you want us to feature your school, maybe you're a teacher, just reach out to our station and maybe Tom will visit you guys next. While race weekend has now been moved up, we've been telling you about NASCAR coming to the Kansas City area. Saturday's O'Reilly Series race features one young driver who has done plenty of moving around himself this season. Carson Kvapil makes his second start at the Kansas Speedway this weekend. He's still getting a read after his first year, but he's already switched rides 5 times this season and hasn't spent 3 consecutive races in the same seat.
Kind of a different situation I'm in right now with 3 different cars. It's hard to get consistent, and it's not really the perfect case scenario, right? But just trying to build off, like I was saying, build off the week prior and use some stuff from last year, but kind of just start new and try to focus on what's ahead of me.
So despite facing some challenges both last year and sounds like this season too, he's hoping to put some new skills to the test this weekend. Saturday night, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series will hit that track. Tickets are still available for that race if you want to make your way up to KCK. You can get them on NASCAR.com. Tickets there. Meanwhile, the race will also be airing, if you're staying home, on the CW beginning at 5:30. Still to come, we are serving the Ozarks this week. It's National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and our weekly segment will highlight how local centers partner with organizations to keep kids safe.
Gerald the Fish.
What about like Joaquin Bartholomew?
Joaquin Bartholomew.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya. Joaquin Bartholomew. How do you think of that?
I have no idea. Since we gave him that title, he should honestly be the king of the pond.
King of the pond.
Yeah.
He's out there somewhere.
For real.
You want this one?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
Wednesday, the biggest governor's debate live. What happens in California impacts the entire country, the economy, policy, the future. News Nation's Leland Vittert and Chris Steyerwalt, live from San Francisco. Wednesday, starting at 9/8 Central, only on News Nation.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
I'm a United States Marine. Being a veteran, you don't want to show any weakness, so it becomes really hard for you to ask for anything. Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country.
And now, Serving the Ozarks, sponsored by Patriot Heat and Air.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. For this week's Serving the Ozarks, our Carissa Codell is highlighting how the local Child Advocacy Center is able to partner with multiple organizations, all aimed at keeping kids safe.
We want children's voice to be heard. We want them
to know that they matter.
We're set up to create a child-friendly environment that gathers all of those investigative agencies around the child.
Last year, over 1,700 children visited the Child Advocacy Center on Walnut Street in Springfield.
The CAC exists for many reasons. One of those is so the child can tell their story only once.
It's recorded.
Yes.
And it's shown to investigators in another room.
Correct, yes. So each interview room has cameras and microphones.
Police headquarters is built for the function that it serves. We do have soft interview rooms for victims, but those are for adult victims. And those, it's not really a place that's conducive to bringing a child into to interview.
The CAC works in conjunction with local law enforcement and health professionals.
Our overall goal is to make sure we have healthy children in the community.
And child advocates.
So important to help that child feel that comfort and that strength to be able to talk about the things that have happened to them.
1 in 7 children suffer maltreatment every year in the U.S., and 1 in 10 experience sexual abuse.
It is less likely that a child's going to come home and tell you everything that's going on. They're more likely to test the waters. So it might be as simple as saying, I don't want to go over there, that person's weird. Rather than responding by saying something like, that's not nice to say about that person, we need to say, tell me more why you think that. It leaves the door open. If we immediately shut that down, what we are unintentionally communicating to our children is that I'm automatically going to defend and protect the person that's harming you.
The CAC partnered with dozens of local businesses for their You Matter campaign.
Even though it's the most heart-wrenching job I've ever had, it's certainly the most meaningful job I've ever had.
Serving the Ozarks, sponsored by Patriot Heat and Air.
We've been telling you about our new streaming app you can get for your smart TV called Ozarks First Plus. That's where you can watch all of our coverage, our newscasts live, as well as 6 original shows we're putting out every day or every week exclusively on Ozarks First Plus. One of those shows, hosted by myself, streams live every weekday at 3:30. Here's a sneak peek from today. It's just something you don't see every day. This is a herd of wild boars in Warsaw, and this humanoid robot who has a name, his name's Edward, shouting, "Go away," in Polish as they flee into the forest.
Okay, well, that's just because we don't have wild boars.
Chasing a wild animal or anything. What kind of future is happening over in Poland right now? I mean, it's great. You don't need
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Best Reviews has an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
I'm a United States Marine. Being a veteran, you don't want to show any weakness, so it becomes really hard for you to ask for anything. Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country.
Gerald the Fish.
What about, like, Joaquin Bartholomew?
Joaquin Bartholomew.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya. Joaquin Bartholomew. How do you think of that?
I have no idea. Since we gave him that title, he should honestly be the king of the pond.
King of the pond.
Yeah.
He's out there somewhere.
For real.
You want this one?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Well, Jamie, you get one quiet night before we get back to it tomorrow.
We all get one quiet night, and then, yeah, we're going to be back at it tomorrow evening.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tonight at 9.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.